it's good timing, a good lead-in.
I wish
Chair.
you'd be thinking about reimagining the
Yeah,
river.
what a
There
great
you go.
idea.
Yeah.
So, the City of Rochester is soliciting statements of interest right now on the city-owned property, which is about 2.5 acres. We know that this is a strategic property for DMC, for Rochester as a whole. Right now, they're soliciting interest from developers to bring concepts forward that we could all explore and decide if this is what we want to see in the riverfront area. The time frame for this, in terms of the reimagined project, January 30th, the statement of interest deadline. So everybody should have their interests in. Q1 of next year, they will be doing a selection of the projects and the concepts. Q2, they'll issue an official RFP for this project. And then Q4, there will be a selection. So by the end of next year, you will start to see this project moving forward.
Great.
So that's
Great.
one, okay?
Yeah.
The second project I wanted to bring to your awareness, and these are just brief glimpses of what's coming ahead, but these are strategic. Both of these projects are quite strategic. The other one is the University of Minnesota and YMCA. This project also has an RFP in the field right now. So they are bringing forward a joint proposal or a joint RFP with the YMCA in Rochester and the University of Minnesota Rochester space. The interesting part about this RFP is they're not necessarily saying it needs to land on the University of Minnesota owned property, if you will. They are bringing developers forward that might have other ideas on different areas in terms of Rochester's growth. So it could be along the riverfront, it could be downtown, it could be by Discovery Square, it could be down in the UMR space. And so they hope to see those RFPs come forward over the next several months. And their goal is to actually have this facility delivered and ready to take action in May of 2022. So it's an aggressive time frame on this one. And I like the idea that they're trying to be creative and inclusive of other groups and potential parties that might want to do a mixed-use facility.
Yeah, and I would just say quickly, I'm pleased. I know there was a little bit of a push to have these projects on the Riverfront project, the Riverfront Reimagined. I am pleased that it's in a separate location and they're moving forward. I was involved in some of the early work in the partnerships, and there are a number of partnerships of other organizations that could be a part of this, which is very exciting. And the work's been going on for several years now on this, so this is an exciting project. And I just also want to mention, on the Riverfront Reimagined, that was a project I took to the Mayor's Institute on City Design and brought back some ideas from them that I hope will be utilized, because we don't want to waste the expertise we got from 7 professionals who brought ideas forward that were kind of exciting. So just thought I'd mention that too.
Great.
It was really helpful for this board. Actually, last year, you asked us to play a role in terms of a facilitation of bringing the parties together to talk about what could this space look like, and that's the role we did play, and it was very helpful to really explore all options, not just one space or one place. Right. So we'll see what comes out of that. And then the final update I wanted to give you is we were talking about experience earlier. It's critical that we enhance the experience for Rochester visitors, residents, patients, whoever's in Rochester. We want to enhance that visitation. One area of that is this app, the Rochester app. We've been working with the Rochester Convention and Visitors Bureau, called Experience Rochester. We've been working with Mayo Clinic and DMC in a partnership to create this app that will help people find their way throughout Rochester. And it's called When in Rochester. It has many features on it, of course, as most apps do, but it integrates Mayo Clinic with it as well, which is why it took so darn long to come out of the chute. We did come out of the chute. We have about 4,000 people that have downloaded the app so far. We're going into a marketing mode to make sure there's, an app is only as good as you can market the app. And so we feel very strongly that this is going to be helpful for many. I mean, again, not just for the visitors, but for those of us who live and work here. So it's a good step forward in terms of the experience that we're trying to create. Hats off to Jamie Rothy on our team, who has been leading this for the last couple of years. And that concludes our updates.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm trying to make it 4,001